What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Dorian,
What's up?
my brother Derek,
What's up?
and my friend Dan.
What's going on?
Why is there always a delay with Derek?
There's always a delay.
All right.
Like when they do the newscasts and they be like, "We're going to you, Daddy," and Daddy's standing there for like 5 minutes, and then he responds like,
Daddy?
"Thank you for it."
Yeah, so this week, you guys, we are talking about the movie Tomorrow War, or The Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow.
Yes, starring Chris Pratt. Basically, the Tomorrow War answers the question: what if global warming, but aliens?
Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question. What if global warming, but aliens?
I didn't get that at all
I
while
didn't
watching
get
it, but
that either.
okay.
I mean, you talk about the glaciers and they sped up time about how long it would take it to melt. You talking about that part?
Yeah, the aliens got released because of
Well,
global
it was
warming.
because they
Yes.
landed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or crashed.
It's not serious. Like, y'all like, what? That's not what? No. Okay.
I'm just
Definitely
saying
not
you
what I
make a
got.
bold statement
It's-
like that. I mean, we have to
Yeah,
question it.
I didn't get that from the movie, but okay.
All right,
Yeah.
it's an
You
alien
got a
movie,
question.
guys. All right. So, anyhow, this movie was not bad as far as alien action movies go.
I agree.
I would say it's entertaining for sure.
Mhm.
I think one
Yes.
thing you have to do is don't think about it too hard.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, there's definitely an easier solution.
There is a
for
lot
the
of.
issues.
I've written about a page and a half worth of why didn't they do this?
Yeah, they tried to explain away some stuff, but they didn't think hard enough about it because it didn't work.
There's a lot of things. I'm like, there's a solution to all of this.
Yeah,
But besides that, it's fun.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. It was a good movie.
Yeah. I think I thought it was a little too long.
It was lengthy. It was pretty lengthy.
Yeah.
Although there was a point in the movie where I thought it was going to end, and then if it had ended at that point, I definitely would have thought the movie wasn't as decent as it is.
I mean, I don't know what they could have cut out to make it shorter because it's pretty much non-stop action, like from beginning to end.
It is. Yeah, it is.
But still though, I just feel like, was it 2 hours and 15 minutes or something? It's a little long for that kind of movie. It just kind of got like, I just kind of didn't want to watch it anymore.
I
doesn't feel that long to
think
me.
the last part could have been shorter.
Yeah,
When They
maybe.
actually found the aliens, or
Yeah.
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 So Act 3 could have been shorter.
Okay. But yeah, besides, I thought it was like good action. I liked all the characters in the movie, which is unusual.
especially his partner when they made the jump, the black dude.
Oh yeah.
Charlie?
He was definitely my favorite character in the movie. Not that tough acting one.
Yeah, Charlie, the
No,
goofy
the
one.
funny one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the funny one,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought his name was Charlie.
Yeah.
I think it is Charlie.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was Charlie.
His name was Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny. He was
Yeah.
funny throughout the movie.
I mean, I feel him. That's how I would feel in this situation. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Wait, which part?
well, first let's explain to the audience. So the
Go ahead.
premise of the movie is that people from the future came into the past because they're fighting a war that they cannot win, and they need soldiers. That is my first issue with the movie.
Can we say this for nitpicks? Because
Okay.
there's so many issues, and I wanna
Yeah.
to pick these nits.
Okay. She wanted to pick these nits.
These nits.
I'm
Okay.
gonna pick
well
a nit.
said, I guess. All right.
We're gonna pick a nit.
Yeah, we're gonna pick some nits later.
Oh, you watch out, Nit.
That's gonna be a thing now.
Oh yeah. That's what we should name the section of the podcast now. Is Pick a nit.
Okay.
It's time
I'm with that.
to pick.
To pick a nit.
Do, 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 do. That's the intro music
Yes,
now.
that's the thing.
We got it. We got
We'll
it.
jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So they came from the future to the past, and in general, they want soldiers to go to the future to help them fight this war. against some aliens.
Right, because the aliens that took out the world population, I think there's only about 500,000 people left.
500,000. That is a lot of dead people.
Down from 1 billion. Well, like
Eight.
8 billion.
8 billion.
Yeah. Whole lot.
Whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, so basically they're losing, they're getting their butts kicked, so they're going in the past to just grab more bodies to continue to lose this war.
Basically.
Horrible idea.
It's a bad idea. It makes no sense.
There's so much, but you know what? We'll talk about it.
It's gonna be it's gonna be in there.
Yeah, but we follow. Oh man, what was his first? Dan? Is his first name? What was his name?
Something Forrester.
It was definitely Forrester.
I think it was Dan Forrester.
Yes.
It might have been Dan.
Dan.
That's such a boring name.
Yeah, it was. It was Dan Forrester.
Okay.
Yeah. So
My apologies to all the Dan Forresters out there.
Never mind. Let me not say that.
So yeah, we follow him. He like is getting rejected for job opportunities, feel bad about himself. But in the beginning of the movie, they really set up that he is this loving father and loving husband. And we'll talk about it later, but it gets to a point in the movie, and I was like, I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I don't believe what they told me in the movie, which we will get to later.
Well, I kind of do.
Okay.
Because you already said, like, he kept getting rejected for job offers, right? Yeah. Well, that continues on and on and on and on until finally he's just so depressed.
Okay. Well, I guess when we get to the part where he's in the future, we'll discuss it. But yeah, so that's where we're following, and he gets thrust into this war. They're drafting people.
Worldwide, mind you.
What was the percentage rate of people dying?
Seemed like almost 100.
Yeah.
I did not write that down, but it was high.
Yeah, I think they said only like 7% of them will come back or something.
7% came back?
Something like that, I think.
Yeah,
that's a little rough.
And when you look at the way that they jumped and how many people died just from the jump.
No, that jump was a mistake.
That jump got screwed up.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, if y'all dropping people in there like this every time.
They were supposed because I think the lady said that they were supposed to drop 5 feet from the ground.
Yeah, 5 to 10 feet from the ground.
They dropped like 100 feet. And in the wrong spot, I believe, too.
Why don't they drop them in safe zones? And then you go out from the safe zone.
I think they were supposed to. Like, this one got screwed up. I don't think it was supposed to go how that went.
Okay.
So
yeah, because when he went into the future, they dropped him on top of a building, but like 50 feet above the building.
Yeah.
So people were dying, like
bouncing off the building.
People missed the building.
He narrowly survived because he almost didn't make it.
People bounced off of the building. People fell into fire.
Yeah, like I'm like, this is not.
Yeah, they lost 70%, I think.
Yeah, they lost a lot of people on that jump.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But yeah.
And the selection process.
Oh yeah, they were only selecting people who were already dead in the future, so that way it didn't screw up anything.
Yeah, so they can't meet their future selves or something like that.
Yeah.
And they only sent back people who weren't born yet in the past. So I guess they couldn't meet their past self. Yeah. But eventually they will meet their past self.
Well, no, because I think it's so far in the future that maybe they'll all be dead or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
There's some left.
Yeah,
it was some future people left in the past.
I'm thinking.
40 years.
Oh no, they died.
I'm thinking it creates a separate timeline.
Yeah. Oh no, the way they explain. Okay, so time travel movie. Obviously, it never makes sense. But the way they explain this type of time travel, there is one timeline, and they can only go back.
Well, they were saying time can. So if they spend a week in the future, kind of how Tenet was, you spend a week in the future, a week past in the past.
Yeah, and you can only go back to 30 years ago.
But I'm thinking when I say it creates a different timeline, it's so like the future with the aliens already happened. But if they stop the aliens in the past, it doesn't change that future that was fighting the aliens.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, no. I think it just corrects the past will now no longer experience that future that happened.
See, this is why I don't like time travel.
There's so many different.
This is why I don't like time travel.
That was one of the issues I had. I'm like, dude, if you go back and prevent this from happening, then just let her go. I mean, it's gonna be hard to look at.
Yes, that is on the list.
Okay.
Like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have
Yeah,
Yeah, that
at
was-
the-
Yeah,
at
that
the-
didn't make any sense.
The midpoint of the movie, there was another issue, but okay. So he's there. They get there and they tell him after the botched drop
Yeah.
that they needed
botched.
to rescue a research team.
Yep.
Yeah. This I thought was a pretty good part of the movie because they did a good job of not showing the aliens into a good point
Yes.
part, and they made it really suspenseful. I thought that was really good.
That was cool. That was cool. And well, as far as alien design goes, I mean, I was scared when I saw them because I was like,
Yeah, they were pretty.
these some crazy looking,
Yeah.
like they don't look like your typical,
Yeah,
movie aliens. Like these were definitely different from anything I've ever
they
seen.
were
They look
freaky
like-
looking.
Giant wolf dog things with tentacles.
Yeah, like the way they move.
and-
The way they move is definitely like
that
dogs or
shoot-
like
yeah.
big cats or something.
That
Yeah.
shoots out spikes.
Yeah, they shoot off spikes. They got like 100 teeth or something.
Yeah, dog, man, it was. Whew. And he killed one with an axe. Well, almost killed it
Yeah.
with an
Yeah,
axe.
dude had to slide up and.
But yeah,
Yeah,
also it's
guts.
armored, so the only one to kill them is to shoot them in their neck
yeah,
or
their
their
stomach.
belly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
since we said like they're like dogs,
Yeah.
like shooting them there is not that easy.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of got to be like up on you because they ain't gonna stand up in the background.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
run up on you, then they, so it's got to be close quarters.
Yeah, and they did a good job of like
But you
when they
gotta
were first.
avoid getting hit by the spikes too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah, because
like
their tentacles shoot
they-
spikes.
I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting because you gave the alien a long range weapon without making it an advanced alien race because they're not advanced; they're just savage, right?
Yeah.
And you have firefights with the aliens because they're shooting these
shooting
spikes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. Whew.
Right.
It was.
And with
it was
their
pretty rough
top
once they found
half
them in that
and
stairwell.
shielded.
Yeah, the top half shooter, and you could tell that when they were shooting at them, they would always show on their back, 'cause, like obviously the bullets can't penetrate. the
Yeah.
back, or it's
Yeah.
not doing enough damage or whatever. It was covering the spikes, so the only way to like said to kill them was the neck or the belly, and they got to be close to you in order for you to really do that, or even like to get a good shot off. You know what I mean? And it don't take just one bullet apparently.
Yeah.
It's gonna take like quite a few to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
do something. So
Yeah.
it was not an easy.
And my dude
battle.
Charlie running down
Oh,
the stairs.
When it was running down the stairs at him, and he's like shooting at him, and he's like shoot.
Like the whole
I'm like, no, you know what? I feel short, Charlie, because I would have
would
been
too.
the
I
same
would've been the
way,
same
and
way.
I would have been like
Yes.
just shooting the whole way,
Yeah.
like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was funny, man. It was funny.
Yeah,
The
dude,
whole
I
way
would have
down.
had the same reaction.
Yeah, so I don't blame him. And him and the other big guy, I forgot what his name was, the one that fell through the
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
whatever they were jumping over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they reactions were definitely on point with what mine would have been, because I'm like,
yeah. I'm
It's for
mad
the
that so the
birds.
people from the future didn't tell them what they were up against.
That didn't make any
yeah, I'm
sense. Like, why would you
show
do
us
that?
something so they can go
Yeah,
and prepare.
yeah, that
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, well, if we
Because
told
Charlie
you.
asked a very good question. He was like, well, can we get a picture of what they look like?
Mhm.
Can we get some intel from people who have already been there on what to expect?
Mhm.
And it was just like, well, if we show you and tell you, then no one would be left on this hangar. I'm
Well,
like,
didn't she say that
they're
like they
there
wouldn't want to
for
fight, but they didn't have a
choice
choice?
anyway.
Yeah, y'all forced them to
Right.
do it anyway. At least give them some kind of information. And besides that, when they had him initially, when they put that thing on his arm, that scene kind of made me mad because of the way. I mean, it's probably true too. Like they didn't give him any information. They weren't answering any of his questions, and they were just being like real forceful with it, like kind of like
Yeah.
like overly jerky with it. Like
Yeah.
y'all could tell them something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah, but
I didn't. I wasn't
It's kind of just like you're drafted into this war. You're
Exactly,
gonna do it,
like-
and that's it. And it's like
because they were saying like if you run, basically your family has to fight in your place. So it's like you didn't have a choice. You were gonna fight this. So we don't have to answer your questions because it didn't matter. You
Yeah.
were going.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like
Yeah, and then it was like, if you go against the government, they go to jail in your place.
Yeah.
like somebody gonna
Like,
go to jail
yeah, if they can't find
even if it ain't you.
Yeah.
yeah, and then they gave them all of. I know it was supposed to be. How long was their training supposed to be?
Like a week or
Oh,
something.
a week of training or something? No, because
A
he
week
was only supposed to be
training.
gone a week.
Yeah, they tour. The tour was 7 days.
So,
I can't remember how long the training was supposed to be.
but they apparently, since the
The
emergency, they
training
had
was
all of
supposed to
like
be
2 hours
the
of training.
training was supposed to be a while, but what happened?
Is that a wow? I don't think so.
Something
It wasn't enough.
something sped it up. Something
Yeah,
sped it
no,
up,
the
and
They
they
research
had
said
team got
that
attacked.
they research center got attacked, and they said they lose that, and the war is lost.
Right.
So they had to immediately make a jump.
But like, I don't remember how long training was. But either way, it wasn't long enough to teach regular people how
Yeah.
to fight a war.
Civilians. You're throwing civilians
No.
in, who like a lot of people, it's going to be their first time holding a gun. Like
Yeah.
Especially that kind of gun, like not a handgun.
Yeah.
It's like an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
kind of the recoil on that thing.
Like even at the end of the movie, Charlie still didn't know how to load up the weapon, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because I don't know how to load up the weapon. I've seen it in movies, so I'm gonna guess, but you know, am I gonna be fast enough
And you
to
in
shoot a charging alien?
situation, right. You got to be fast enough to shoot it and concentrate. And it's like, no, if you never done it before, you're not poised enough to do it. Like you're going to be
Yeah, not-
panicking, and
Yeah.
Not
it's
in that
not.
situation.
Yeah.
Like some people,
Yeah.
shoot some other people. Okay, cool. But these like hybrid wolf octopus or whatever that was,
Yeah.
when they're coming at you that fast and you're really not doing any damage, like no.
Yeah.
I don't have the training to duck and cover and stuff, like, you know, properly.
Yeah,
Like-
or not Charlie. Danny was trying to like direct them in a way, and
Yeah.
how to be soldiers. And dude was like,
Yeah.
you wasting your time because
They're not soldiers.
yeah, they're not soldiers, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna work. But he's like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
gotta at least
But he
try.
still put them in situations where they would be okay. Like he didn't try to put them in situations where um they will be harmful to the team or themselves.
Are you sure about
Like
that? Because he got a
the
lot of people killed.
Well, trying to save one person, he did get a few
Yeah,
people
he
killed.
did.
well, he
few.
was trying to save the guy. If he didn't try to save him, I think everybody would have made it.
But he
But,
did,
like-
and he got a lot of people killed. And then he just shrugged it off like it was no big deal that these people just died.
It's true.
I don't know. It's still not completely his fault. I'm still gonna blame
No,
the
it's
people
not.
that drafted the civilians to go fight a
Yeah.
impossible
Yes, I know,
war.
but the one guy
Going
with
into
experience
when
in a
they-
war.
Well, if you
Yeah.
gotta think, if he had a team, they would have gone for that soldier.
But he's a leader, and he knows he doesn't have a team. He knows he got a regular old Betty Sue on his squad. So if he wants to go back, absolutely. But you got these regular people going back, fighting a war they don't have no business fighting against something they don't understand. And he got more than half of his team killed. Not only that, he's like, oh, well, that's war. No, it's not. These are regular people who just trying to go home. And he murdered them.
I won't say he murdered.
I wouldn't say he
I
murdered
No,
them.
he
They were
did.
gonna- they're
It
there.
was careless.
Black dude would have done the same thing because he didn't care, and he would have just left
We
everybody
just
behind.
left them,
anyway.
and they all
They
would have
would've
died because the black dude would have just left the entire team.
It doesn't matter. He put his
Yeah.
team in a situation they had no business being in.
I feel like the government put his team in a situation they had no business being in. Because
You're in charge.
she did sit
Well,
on that
and they
mission.
had to go that way because they were dropping carpet bombs on the area.
Yeah.
They didn't have to drop down and get that guy. I'm not saying leave the man behind, but you tell your team to get to safety, and then he can go back and save that guy if he want to.
That's true. He didn't tell his team to come down there though. He just said that we can't leave him behind.
Right,
when he was
he
talking to
didn't.
the other back
What
guys.
else
He
were they
didn't really
gonna
tell
do?
them. Keep running. And they're not trained, so they don't know. Hey, we gotta
Exactly.
follow
They
our
don't know,
leaders.
so they're following the leader. He should have been a better
I
leader.
get what you're saying, but I'm not going to be that harsh on
Yeah,
him.
it's hard to be that hard
ridiculous.
because he was
Yep.
trying to do.
Yeah,
the
I'm
best
not.
with what he
I'm not
had.
blaming
Really?
him either.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm not blaming.
Yeah, I can't. And then he's trying to save somebody else's life. I get the whole one over many type of thing, but
Yeah, I
like
get that.
he's still trying to save somebody. Like he didn't do it.
Right, but he knows he doesn't have an army with him. I'm saying, you don't have an army with you. I get that if he was in a war somewhere, if this was Desert Storm or something, or Afghanistan or something, he would go back for his guy. But at the same time, as a captain, you know whether or not it is worth your whole team's life to save one man, or do you cut your losses?
Hey man,
You are the captain. You make that
I'm gonna be
decision.
Captain America.
He
over
did
here.
not make a good
Don't
decision.
trade lives.
Yeah, and then they lost
And then-
Infinity
and then-
War.
Yeah, that's true.
He lost his-
Okay, well, that's true.
That is true.
But after the massacre there, He wakes up in a tent in Cuba. They're in Cuba?
Dominican.
Dominican Republic. Okay. Yeah. So, and he meets the commander or colonel, who's his daughter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So his daughter was the colonel. Now, what's interesting here is she says she needed him and she didn't bring him back for sentimental reasons. I'm calling BS on this because she actually didn't need him for anything that happened.
No, she could have picked anybody to do what
No,
he did.
she
Yeah,
did not.
she did. He didn't even help. Now he's like a science person, so like, oh, maybe she needs him to help her with, because they were trying to come up with a
Right, but she
toxin
did
to
everything
kill them.
herself.
But yeah, she did it herself. So she just wanted to see her daddy.
Basically, because he died when she was 16.
Because she didn't even want him. Because she didn't even want him to get off the helicopter
Yeah,
to help
with
when they was trying to capture the queen.
Yeah.
Queen Bee.
Yeah.
They did it anyway though. But
Yeah. So yeah, she just wanted, and the thing was because she knew either way it goes, the war was going to be over. Either they find a way to stop them, or all the humans die. So I guess at that point, you know, she wanted to see her father at the end, which is fine. I don't blame her. You know,
No,
don't lie about
I get it. Yeah, I mean, but don't try to be like, oh, I needed your help. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You could have got a random Joe off the street to do what he was doing.
the whole scene at the beach, she started tearing up and everything. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but before we get to the beach scene, they went to capture the queen, or the female, as they call it. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a queen. It
gonna say
seems like
queen,
very
too.
hive-like.
I thought
right?
they called her the queen.
Did they?
I think they
think
just
they
called
did.
it the female.
Did they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
she's
did call her the
female.
queen.
Well,
Did they?
whatever. If she's the lone one and she's in charge, she's a queen.
Yeah.
She's the queen.
True. True. Yeah, all the males rushed to protect her. So,
Yeah, like dying to like come get her.
Yeah.
Come through that water in the minefield and everything, just tow up. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
they got through.
so they were capturing her, and man, she was
She's like a
was
lot bigger.
nice.
yeah, she's
a
like
lot
3 times the
stronger.
size of the alien. And we already said they were creepy, scary looking aliens. Like
Yeah.
she's huge.
And a lot creepier too.
Yeah.
Probably a lot smarter. She seems like she's a
And
lot
she
smarter
seems
than
vindictive. She really wanted to kill Muri, is Dan's daughter.
Yeah.
She really wanted to kill her. Like she shot her with she shot her tentacle or something to help them capture her, and she for the rest of the movie she was coming after her. Like
Yeah, basically. That's what I got.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, she
and
did
I
not
felt
forget.
like she understood, and like they didn't give the aliens credit of this throughout the whole movie, but they understood what was going on because it was like soon she got done making the toxin, she recognized that, and then that's when she started doing her scream or screech or whatever, and all the males came
Yeah.
in sacrificing themselves to get her out.
I think she definitely knew they took something from her. Like pulling
Yeah.
the blood out. 'Cause
Yeah.
You could see the eye. They showed the eyes. But like, yeah, she could see you. She can't move because she's sedated, but she could see you though.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they had her sedated, and I get that now for science reasons, yes, they did need her alive to take the samples from her. Should we not have
Why
something
not run some kind of a line to keep her sedated?
That's like, yeah, why you gotta do these
Like,
injections?
can't
Like
you
an
just-
IV?
Yeah.
You know, the thing
So
we
you can just
have
constantly keep her.
Yeah.
in the past.
keep her sedated? And shouldn't we had something there ready to kill her immediately?
Yeah, I didn't
I
understand.
didn't understand.
There should have been something. There should have been a person standing there,
Yeah.
ready
I
to
agree.
kill her,
Yep, ain't right her neck. Like they
Yeah.
should have suspended her with her head
But this
up.
should have been like a
or a
fail-safe
guillotine or something.
that if she
a
gets
reverse
loose,
guillotine.
yeah, yeah, like if she gets loose or something, it's just like all of a sudden like a chip wire or something happens, and then bam, she's dead.
Yeah, like
Right.
it should have been
Yeah.
like because then I feel like the male still would have been killing people, but I feel like it would have been
Because they were worried about her. 'Cause
Yeah.
they had a way to kill the males. So they said basically they can kill like 99% of them, but they couldn't kill the queen with this toxin that they had.
Right.
the toxin worked on the males, right?
It worked on the males, yes.
Even though it didn't work
Yes.
on the queen, shouldn't they
did.
have produced
Yes.
a bunch and used that to
Yes.
stop them?
Yes.
Because the majority of what you see were the males, just like in an ant colony, majority are female workers. Same with bees and stuff. The majority of what you see is the workers.
Yeah.
The majority of the things you saw were the males. In fact, I don't think there was another female. It was just
Yeah,
one.
I don't remember what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, there's just one.
Right.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
get it didn't work on the queen, so she's going to keep reproducing. Cool. Yeah. So, come up with
But
the other top. Actually, no. You captured her,
yes,
kill her,
yes,
and then just kill all the males.
yes. This is on my list of why they didn't do this.
Right? There was no other female.
Yeah.
There was only one.
Yeah.
So we didn't even need to come up with the
yeah.
other
So
top.
Well,
the main
she
threat
kept-
around the world
but
are
she
these
kept-
males. You gotta just
Yeah,
start
but
wiping
she
them
kept
out.
saying that what they're doing now doesn't change what happens to their future.
That doesn't
That's what she was-
matter.
Okay, so you need to come up with the toxins so you can. Yeah, she wanted to send it into the past.
But
Right.
my
Fine.
thing is,
Fine.
how long have you had this toxin that you know that works against the males? Maybe you wouldn't be losing so much if you used the weapon you developed.
Yeah. What about gas canisters? Boom! Every male you see, like,
Yeah.
Like, and they inhale it.
and it like melts them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that and we also know that they can be blown up.
Yeah, they could be
Another
blown up.
thing. So why we going
So
in there
yeah,
with
why
guns?
we have these assault rifles? How come we don't have
Grenade
RPGs?
launchers?
Surface to air missiles.
Our
Yeah.
RPGs did just
Mm-hmm.
I imagine they have drones.
Also, number one on my list
But
drones.
is like,
Send some drones with some bombs.
yeah,
We don't got to use.
They
use so
they
many
can be
casualties.
blown up. They can be blown up.
Yeah.
They were not fireproof.
nope. So flamethrowers and grenade launchers for the men on the ground, drones in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's win this thing.
And how strong is their armor? Because, you know, like we've got some, like some of our planes has got some really high caliber.
And some
Bullets.
big bullets. Like you seen the size of some of them bullets?
Yeah.
One bigger than this microphone.
so yeah, I'm thinking the future was losing this war because they're dumb.
Yeah, that's part of it.
They were
I
just
mean,
I want to say
uh,
that it probably was the case of the countries not getting along, which would be the case now. Like if something would happen,
I have a problem with the end of
Write
the
that
movie
down.
too, with the country.
would have
not
all
getting
these-
along. I have an issue with that. I have
Yeah.
a big issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on the
I
precedent
guess
set in
everything
the
can
movie.
be like Independence Day.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, because they set a precedent in the movie, and by the end of the movie, it went against it. Now,
Yes.
when we talked about Independence Day, we already mentioned, based on what we know now about the world, no, apparently we will not unite against an alien invasion. But
And we will lose.
Yeah.
so
Badly.
we'll mention that. But anyway, so they create the toxin, but all the males attack the base all at once, and the females gets loose. Yada yada.
Which didn't take long.
Yeah.
They gnawed on the chains for a couple seconds and bow, she's loose. So I'm like, all right.
Yep.
was too
So
Why wasn't there something ready to kill her immediately? Like it should have been
like
something
a
where
fail, like a gas the room or like torch the room, some kind of substance.
yeah,
in that room that she was
incinerate
in.
the room
Yeah.
from underneath her.
Yeah.
They got soft bellies.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, have a tripwire gun right underneath
That's
her
what I
neck.
was thinking.
I'm
That's
like,
what I was
don't-
thinking. Just have guns all in that room, and then like so she break out, just automatics, just
Light her up.
light her up.
Like she should not be, like she's done. Like there's no way she escapes because they're like no, she doesn't escape.
Yeah.
We're not looking for souvenirs or anything. She just dies. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But okay. So, you want to save this part for your nitpicks?
About him and her?
Yeah.
No, we can
Him
talk
and his
about
daughter. Okay.
Anybody
So,
got anything to say about J. Jonah Jameson?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
talk about him now. J.K. Simmons plays his dad,
yeah.
who, of course, they're not getting along because that's every movie ever.
Yeah.
People don't get along with their
With their
fathers.
fathers. Oh, well, we
purposes.
skipped the beach scene. So, I guess we could talk about that because it kind of ties in with his dad. So, his dad apparently suffering from PTSD from serving in the war, left Dan and his mother. Now his dad is saying that he did it because he didn't want to hurt them. maybe he has reason for that, but also he could
You did say
probably
had
try.
violent anger.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
Did he try to get help for it? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. So, I mean, obviously, Dan was a kid. His father left and never really helped, even when his mother died. So, Dan is obviously mad at that. Now, fast forward to him in the future meeting his daughter as older. She tells him that in the future, he leaves her and her mom. Here's my gripe with that. They started showing how much of a loving father he was, which, okay, yeah, anything can change, right? It didn't seem like he was the type of person to leave his family. But then when you throw on the extra layer of him dealing with his father leaving him and his mom, I felt like he had a resolve, like a strong resolve not to be that person.
Like a no matter what kind
Yeah,
of.
I didn't go. I didn't go with that either. I was like, I don't feel like he would have done all that. I don't care how much he couldn't find work and couldn't provide for his family. I don't think he leaves them.
I don't know.
Like, I really don't.
I kind of buy it because even before the alien and the people from the future comes back, like he's pretty down about getting rejected this last time.
Yeah.
And then you figure for the next 7 years, because they said in 7 years he'll be dead. This is just a constant, and then maybe he starts feeling bad about himself, right? He was a soldier in the war, right? He was successful, right? He has all his skill and talent, but now he can't do the one thing he feels like he's good at. So then now all of a sudden he's unhappy because the daughter said like he became unhappy, which I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where he gets so depressed.
Maybe he gets divorced from his wife because of it. All right, but I still, based on his own relationship with his father and the way he saw his resolve, I don't think he leaves his daughter out to dry and never spends time with her.
Yeah, but you don't know how depression affects someone.
All right, yeah.
There's too many questions on that one because it's like because his bond with his daughter. Cause like when you got depression, there's certain things in your life that kind of like revert. I'm gonna say reverse that, but help with it. I feel like his daughter would have been one of the things. Maybe not his wife, but like I feel like his daughter would have been one of the things just because of the relationship that they had.
I'm just saying I don't see it as far fetched as you guys do.
Okay. All right, that's cool. When I was watching it, at least I was like
Yeah, I'm like,
I didn't buy it. Like I was like, he doesn't. I felt like the character did when he heard it. Like,
yeah, he was like,
what?
No, I know there's no
me. No, like
I will say this: I don't think it was a necessary part of the story.
No, it wasn't necessary. Actually, no, not at all. No.
It serves no purpose.
No, she could have just wanted. Her father died, and she could have just wanted to see him again.
Yeah, I don't think he had to be like go out on a negative note.
Yeah,
it ain't got to be like that.
Yeah, but okay. So
an extra drama in there.
Well, I guess they wanted a parallel between his father and him or something. I don't know. But okay. So after the alien queen escapes, they have to protect him until it's his time to go. Like he has like a few minutes before his little watchy thing sends him back to the past. One, I get they didn't want the recruits to override it. There was no one there that can go, okay, we ready, we got this thing, send him back now.
What I don't understand is, okay, so you discovered this toxin, right?
Yeah.
We know that the future can communicate with the past. Could they not have communicated the formula?
Oh, also give them how to, just like, not the physical toxin.
But tell them how
also,
to make it.
Yeah. Rather than trying to have them, which, I mean, they did reverse engineer it, but yeah, you send the formula with it.
And
right?
yeah, all your research and the formula with it. I just feel like it might have saved you a little bit of effort. Because then if he drops this vial by doing something very stupid as what he did, then they would have been screwed over. Yeah.
I also thought, because when he went back to the past, it drops you 5 feet above the ground, right? I was like, what if he crushed this vial?
And
it was
fact
gone.
That he didn't is kind of amazing.
I'm like, really? Because he landed on his stomach, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And then they tried to get the vial out of his hand, but he wouldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I don't see the odds of.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to let that one go, cause.
Yeah, I'll let it go. I'll let it go, cause this is all up to chance, right? So yeah. I'll let it go.
It's just they were playing it really close to the chest, and they just really didn't have to.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, his future daughter dies, which I get. Like, if I was there with my future daughter, would I want to save her? Yes. Would I have, like, at one point she gets dragged down into the ocean or falls down into the ocean and he jumps off to try and save her? Would I have done that knowing that I needed to go back in the past to save the past where she actually is and still alive, right?
Yeah.
I would not have done that. Now, in other situations, would I have tried to save her? Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like this made no sense because, like you said, his daughter is alive in the past.
Yeah.
His future daughter is going to die regardless.
I kept saying it while I was watching because it was like, and then I'm going to come back and save you. For what?
Why?
What are you saving?
So you have two
Your
daughters, like
daughter's
one young
alive.
and one old. Like why? For
Yeah,
what?
it makes no sense. Like it didn't make sense. Like he was like, "No, I'm going to save you." Like, no, you cannot save her, and it doesn't matter if you do or not. Like,
Right.
you are in the past. Your daughter is in the past.
Right.
She's not in danger right now.
You can get rid of all this
Right.
for your time
Yeah,
and prevent all that. You still got your daughter.
you still got your daughter,
Right.
and then she would never have to experience all the stuff that you just saw.
Mm-hmm.
It made no sense, especially when you, again, when I say this guy is careless, as I said, he got a bunch of people killed. He nearly risked the world's fate to save his daughter that he didn't have to save.
I didn't really
Yeah.
do it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that wasn't... At the point where she was falling off of the thing, it's just like, okay, well, let's just wait until I go, because, you know,
There's nothing you can do for
there
her.
was nothing you could do at that point. Also,
My
so
thing
their
was,
little...
and then he jumped after her. I'm like, bruh, so y'all both gonna die because you jumping after her is gonna do what?
Nothing.
Yeah,
They're
even
about
if
to
he
drown
wasn't...
in
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
he would have died.
gonna
Yeah,
drown.
like okay, so let's say you do catch her, then what?
Like, all right, let's hug it out here until
They both would've
Especially
died.
since
They
the
both would've
ocean
died.
was full of ravenous aliens, so...
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think
Stupid.
the water kills them.
Oh, these things can also glide, apparently?
Yeah, when they
I
went
was-
after the helicopter,
I was
I was
like-
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were just land-based. I didn't like that. Didn't like that at all.
Fast, they shoot spikes. You can only kill them on their belly and their neck, and they can glide after you. Oh yeah, we lost. Yeah, we
no,
done.
no.
Yeah.
We can't do none of that.
Nope.
So yeah, that made it worse.
So, uh, so okay. So he goes back to the future. He has the toxin. Now they have to
Mass produce it.
mass produce it. Past. I have a problem with the past. What's their issue? He comes back with the toxin. Now their little future link thing got destroyed, so they can't go back into the future anymore. Cool. All right. We have the toxin to win the war, though, right? Like, we're ready for it, so we should just be mass producing it. Why was everybody like, the governments are all like, oh, it's over and we've lost? We have the means to destroy it. I don't understand. They're like, we can't communicate with the future anymore. I'm like, what do you mean?
We don't need
it
to.
doesn't matter.
We have the toxin.
Yeah, I didn't I felt like that was just kind of like it didn't make any sense because it's like everyone's working together, right? We're going to fight this war. Okay, so you don't have the future anymore, but I came back with a solution to fight this war. To me, it didn't make any sense for the government to just be like, it's over and oh well, and then to not even listen to him when he's like, hey, I found the aliens. And they're like, it doesn't matter. And I just feel like they wouldn't have done that. Because you already went to these great extremes to fight this war. So
Yeah.
now you have another solution at hand. And then you...
Now let's give them.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you
Not
just
only that, I was like, they shouldn't have given up when he came back with the toxin. And then after he figured out, this was actually, I didn't see this coming. I don't know if y'all saw it coming.
With the volcano dude.
No, that the aliens were already on the planet.
Oh, I
I
did.
kinda did see
Yeah,
when
no,
they
I
said they
didn't-
couldn't
I
figure
didn't-
out.
I didn't
They
see
didn't.
that
They was
coming.
looking at the satellites and didn't see when it landed. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
because
like,
they're
okay,
here.
so they must have been here already.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of years ago.
Yeah.
I
so-
didn't. I thought they was just living below the surface. I was like, I didn't think they was frozen.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, that was different. But
That
yeah.
was a little different.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing is they said the aliens came out of nowhere in the future and they never like picked up a ship or anything, and it's because they landed on Earth like in 900 BCE or something like
Some
that.
Crazy trash.
Just
yeah.
like a long time ago. And no, it had to be before then. I don't know.
Whenever, doesn't matter.
A long time ago they landed and they were just frozen and they got released because global warming, which is why I said the question, what if global warming but alien?
Global warming.
Just
But
didn't think that
aliens.
was the whole movie. I was just like, okay, that's a part of it. But okay.
uh,
But yeah, global warming is what released the aliens from being when they
Yeah.
crashed.
yeah. So I don't know. Someone would have discovered them eventually and released them anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that to me, especially since you still have some future people in the past. Like I felt like they had jumped on the opportunity to find these aliens, and
Yeah.
it just didn't make any sense to me. I felt like they wanted for the movie to continue on for this small group of people to go there by themselves, but it didn't
I
make any
guess.
Yeah,
sense.
there is no
They
reason
were-
for
they
it
were
because they
definitely
needed. So
combative,
it's in
Why are
Russia.
y'all so against this? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't get that.
It didn't make any
That's when I
sense.
got confused. I'm like, why are y'all so against this?
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
should
don't
have been
care
an
if
army
Everybody's rioting
there.
and everybody's doing
Yeah.
this and the other. Like,
Yeah.
we don't care if they rioting or not. We talking about a war, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if they rioting.
Right.
Oh, they're throwing bananas at us. We
Yeah,
can't go over there.
people riot at wars. This one, I would say, is a justified war.
Yeah.
You could probably, and you're talking about, oh, it was a rival nation. You could probably get on the phone with Russia and go, hey, yo, you know those aliens that we've been fighting in the future? We've been sending all of our civilians to go fight? Yeah, they're in Russia.
But they already
Now.
knew they came from Russia.
Yeah, and you could just,
Yeah, you
yeah,
do
they're
that.
in your country
Yeah.
now. I think Russia would be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go
Right,
get them. Like,
because,
they're not going to be like,
again,
no,
like-
forget you.
The draft was a worldwide thing. It wasn't just America drafting random people. The whole
Yeah,
world was
it was a
drafting
worldwide
random
draft,
people. So I feel like, yes, the U.S. government would call, like, hey, we know where to get them now.
Yeah.
They would absolutely jump on that opportunity to do
Yeah.
that.
Because of the simple fact, it's like, hey, if we don't get them now, they're going to be over here in the U.S. We don't care about the rest of the world.
Right.
But
With
we're
that
trying to
end,
save us.
since you already know you
So-
already lost the future, you know how this ends.
Yeah.
You would absolutely jump on that.
Jump
Yes.
on it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially now that you have
would
a
try,
weapon.
You would try everything. You would try everything you could to prevent what's happening in the future.
Yeah.
It's like
Because you
basically
were
you
doing
just
everything
you don't
up
stop
until this
till
point.
you win.
Yeah.
When you're in
That was the
situation.
whole, as y'all brought out, like that was the whole point of the worldwide draft.
Mhm.
Because it was like, yeah, at first they were sending people who were military trained, but then like they were dying off and they were losing like bodies basically. So it's just like, if you were willing to do that, then why all of a sudden not now
Mhm.
when you
Yeah.
know where they're at now? Because that's the whole thing. You kept saying like, we don't know how they got here. You know, we never seen a ship land, nothing on radars, nothing from NASA. And it's like, okay, so someone pinpointed to where they are. You don't even want to be like, oh, well, at least let's check it out. If they're wrong, they're wrong. If they're right, then we could do something
Yeah,
about
do
it.
something, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because at this point, you have no other options.
Yeah, you can't go back to the future.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Now
can't
we
go
gotta
back
try
to
to
the
figure out
future.
this
And then my thing is, you already know what the future entails.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
why would you ever be against this?
No
you
one
have
on
no
Earth.
other choice.
Right.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I'm like, Russia's not just going to sit there and be like, well, no, you can't come stop these things that's sitting in our country.
Yeah.
Like, bruh. I think like, come on.
Yeah, even
like,
if
no,
they
you're right,
say
let's
like
move up.
we'll do it ourselves or something,
Yeah.
someone would
Alright.
definitely send an army of people there to go find it. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made no sense. But they had to go on their own. He had to get his dad to sneak fly him into Russia. Don't know how he did that.
So
but
convenient,
okay.
he
Yeah,
has a
yeah,
plane
like-
that can get them to Russia.
That
Apparently.
can like avoid being tracked and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you have that?
Yeah, he did not have a stealth plane. So I
And
don't.
then, like, I mean, we established Russia is a rival country.
Yeah,
You just hopped on into Russia with no one noticing.
Nip just rolled on in.
yeah.
Know what
Cool.
I'm saying? No
Yeah, we
view
glossed
of,
over
like,
that.
Their air surveillance or airspace
Yeah.
or nothing like that. You don't really know.
They didn't refuel or anything.
Right.
Nope.
Russia's halfway
Right.
around
A
the
personal
world.
plane cannot go into Russia right now. Like we can't be like, hey, let's fly to.
Maybe
They
it's
would
solar
shoot
power.
us out the sky. They're gonna be like, you have no jurisdiction.
Yeah. So, but anyhow,
Uh-huh.
they get there. They find the alien ship in the snow, buried under the ice.
Mhm.
And then so they go inside. The toxin works. Right?
It does.
I was
Uh,
like, why do they wait and look at the melt away? I was like, once I
don't
saw
really
it
care
work,
they waited to
like-
look at the alien melt away. My question is, why did the other aliens wake up? Like, what
Yeah.
caused them to
Yeah,
wake up?
Yeah, that didn't make any
They
sense.
didn't in the future. They didn't wake up for another 30 years, and so they kill one, and then all of a sudden they're all
All of-
awake.
yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm like, no, aren't you? You're in stasis, frozen. Like,
Yeah, I didn't get that.
They
Like,
shouldn't
how
have got
does
up.
killing one wake up all the other ones? I didn't get that.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I mean, I guess they had to make a ruckus, or else the movie would have ended. You know,
That's true. It had just been over, but it
Yeah.
still didn't make any
anticlimactic.
sense.
Like, oh, they went in there and killed some aliens and just walked out.
yeah. And then there was an entire colony there, so they did not have enough.
No,
they
they
didn't. That's why
didn't.
they had to
But
blow it.
remember,
No, they didn't.
bombs also killed them,
So we didn't need toxin at all. We could just found them and blew up the
Blew 'em
ship.
up. Yeah.
which is what I would have done, and then be stationed outside just in case any of them got away from the bomb, and then start sniping
With the
them
toxin.
as they
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
True.
Mhm.
Bullets with the toxin in it, so it
Yep.
shoots them and then releases it. I think we have stuff like that, right?
We definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Like armor piercing
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
I don't know, just coat the bullet in it.
Yeah,
something.
I don't know. Yeah, it goes in and then it gets in their bloodstream. I
Yes.
don't know. It could have been a lot easier.
Or a dark
Shotguns,
gun
A
or
dark
something.
gun, yeah, as long
or,
as you get under
or
there.
put it in a grenade so it
Shotgun
blows up and
shell.
rains down
There
on
are
them.
shrapnel grenades that don't make like explosions. So yeah, that and then the toxin just shrapnel all everywhere underneath the alien.
There's
Boom.
so many solutions to this.
Quite a bit, guys. You didn't think of all that. No, let's go in
A
there.
lot of
Let's-
solutions
let's
for
talk-
this.
let's Inject one of them. Watch it melt, and then we're gonna try to do it. What, individually? If y'all weren't gonna blow up the ship.
Right, like why you have to be so close? Like you had to go in and inject it. Like what are we doing right
Yeah,
now?
I
Yeah,
don't get that.
but it does come to find out. No, because I was thinking when they opened the ship, I don't know why it hit me then, but I was like, yeah, these don't seem like the kind of aliens that can fly a
I was
spaceship.
thinking that. I was like, I was looking at. They all rah,
Yeah, that
rah,
was
and they in the ship like, all right, get them flaps over there. Can you hit the brakes for me? Hey, turn the
No,
lights on.
it
I'm like,
was.
huh?
My understanding was that there was another alien
Well, yeah.
flying the ship, and they crashed, and those aliens were kept captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh, okay.
answered. They answered that.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
just like at
okay,
that
yeah.
point in the movie before we
Yeah, I
figured
was
that
like-
out. It hit me right then. I was like,
I was like, y'all can't fly.
hey, hang on, this isn't.
No wonder y'all crash landed.
It's
No,
kind of
what y'all
it's kind of
was
like A Quiet Place, like because when those aliens just hitched a ride on a meteor or something. Why didn't the meteor kill them? Because they definitely don't seem like the kind of aliens that can
'cause they
operate a
fly the
spaceship.
ship.
True.
I can't see y'all sitting down.
True.
Like just working joysticks. Like, yeah, I can't see it.
Like, in Independence Day, yeah, they can operate a
Yeah, they can
spaceship.
operate.
Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, it turns out they were cargo, and the spaceship crash landed on Earth. And basically, so the theory is that they're used as a weapon to just like decimate a planet. Probably, I don't know why else would you be carrying them.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they
So
reproduce and then just
decimate the planet
eat
and
everything.
then take us resources.
Then what? Do you just leave them there? Because I mean, how you gonna?
Yeah, I
corral
think
them
they
back
just
into a
die
ship?
off eventually because they eat
Yeah, you
everything.
ain't gonna herd them back into a ship with a sheepdog. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't have nothing else to eat. Yeah.
they eat each other. Yeah,
They might. they
Yeah,
do
probably-
everything
probably
else.
do.
They probably would eat each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that checks out.
But yeah, so they injected toxins as we were talking about. The aliens woke up for reasons. I don't.
So the movie can happen.
I was sitting there. I'm like, but why though? But why though? I don't.
Because if they didn't, it would have been limiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, limiting.
That would have been
That
limited.
would be very limiting.
So I yeah, but it was a pretty cool fight. They blew up the ship, so I mean, I guess that guaranteed that it killed all of them.
I don't really know how you can be sure.
You can't be sure.
Because how many of them were there? we
But
don't
if it's
know.
a male left, it kind of doesn't matter because he can't reproduce. The queen got out of the ship, and then you had this battle between them.
So maybe she's not really
queen.
dead.
No, she's dead.
She's got to be dead.
She's dead.
'Cause
We
she-
saw her
yeah,
splatter on a rock.
Yeah. She is
She's-
smart though, because when he
Yeah,
poisoned
she's
one part of her, she was like, I just cut
That
That was- yeah.
yo,
was
that
like,
was
ooh.
dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, they
No.
stabbed both her eyes out, which I'm like, man,
Ouch.
yeah. Well, that gave them an advantage. And then eventually he was able to get the toxin into her arm, and it starts eating away at her arm, and so she bites her arm off. And so to stop it, and I didn't even expect that. I thought it was in the movie, you know, like boom, she's dead, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, like his reaction, he was like,
Yeah,
I would have been sorry.
I would have been too. Like, come on, man.
I would have been too.
Like, how
I would have
like,
been too. I was
jeez.
like,
I would
come on now.
look. I would have been did the same thing he did. And his dad's like, "Did you tell it to die?" I'm like, "Yes." I would have said the same thing. Like, just die. God. But
He was
eventually,
like, I wish you said it sooner.
eventually he puts the toxin in her mouth, and she falls off the cliff
Yeah,
and
like if you-
splatters on a rock. So there is no question
Yeah.
that the queen is
I
dead.
did like that final fight scene though.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
that
did.
fight.
Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool. It was cool. I was like,
Yeah.
she really bit her arm off.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
That one threw
Like,
me.
she knew what was
Yeah,
happening.
like-
Yeah,
when,
like you said.
when they tricked
Like, she
her
knew what
with
she was
the
trying
snowsuit. Yeah. They tricked her with the snowsuit. And then when she was coming after the dad, and he ran her over with the snowmobile.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do the whole cliche thing, because J.K. Simmons like cut his hand because they can smell blood, and you know, he's like, come get me, and you know, that's the thing in the movie. So she comes and they get him, and she
Yeah.
dies, and then his father dies, and it's like, oh, you know, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm glad they.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I'm glad that it didn't happen. She was running at him, and then Chris Pratt ran over and
Jumped
tackled
on
her and stuff. So yeah,
Pinpoint accuracy there, Chris. Jumped right on her back. I would have missed. Oh man.
well, he's dead, or I wouldn't have got there in time.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
I was like,
I don't know how fast
no,
that thing is,
no.
good job. Yikes. I mean, I tried.
Well, I feel like if she fell
Just all
anyway
the,
without the
reflexes.
toxins, she still would have died.
Yeah, I
Just
don't know.
falling in, like, they obviously were in stasis because of the cold. She would have been in the ice cold water, dead.
Yeah, probably hypo.
But
Hypothermia.
then
Yeah,
when it would have thawed out, it still would have thawed out because of global warming, and the same thing would have happened.
No. She's gonna die because of the cold this time.
Yeah.
They were
Before
alive.
They were in cryos.
The-
Yeah, they were in
Cryostasis.
stasis. Yeah.
That's the cold killer?
I would think so. Cool.
Why not?
I don't know.
I feel
I'm
like
just
it
saying. I mean, maybe it doesn't. Maybe she can survive.
it's possible.
All right, well, she's dead now. So all is fine and dandy. He has his daughter. He's not going to leave his family now with that knowledge. I mean, like, if you still left your family after knowing
You're
that,
just a jerk.
you're like, come on.
You're a douche.
There would be nothing that would, like, there can't be nothing now. And then his daughter's not going to die now because no aliens.
Nope.
Cool. So yeah, that was the movie. Did you have movie facts, Dorian?
A few.
Do we pick all of our nits?
We
No,
covered
we're
some,
gonna pick
but
nits.
we can go
later.
into more detail. But just some random movie facts first. This was supposed to be a release in theaters by Paramount, but because of COVID, obviously. So Paramount sold this to Amazon for $200 million.
Yikes.
This was highly successful on Amazon. I think they said it got about 1.2 billion minutes watched.
What does that mean?
By my numbers is just, it's a 2-hour movie, so that's like 10 million people watched it or whatever. But I
Okay.
think that's like initially. I don't know how many people has watched
Well,
it
you
by
have
now.
it free with Amazon Prime, so I don't know how much that.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever 10 million times how much I'm paying for Amazon Prime. I don't know because it just take my money.
$120 a year.
120 a year.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like $10 a month. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like $10 a month. So times that by 10 million.
Well, do you count that? Because I mean, people use Amazon for other.
Look,
Like,
either
I have
way.
this because I wanted the free shipping. So,
I
and
do use
2-day
the
delivery.
other Amazon stuff, like their free books and stuff.
I'm sorry, everyone who works at Amazon. I apologize. I know it's horrible, but I mean, 2-day shipping and free
Oh my
shipping
gosh.
and
We're gonna
stuff.
cut that part out.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay, so anyways, super successful. Therefore, there will be a sequel. It's in the works.
The Yesterday War? We're from the
Right,
past
the
and
Yesterday
we didn't lose. So we're going to bring you guys back to help us win better.
But yeah, how do you get a sequel? This definitely had a definitive end.
I'm
Yeah, I
telling
feel
you,
like
the
it
queen ain't dead.
How she splattered on a rug. There was an egg somewhere. There was the
Probably.
egg.
There were two.
Or there's
Yeah.
another
There were
female
two.
somewhere that can take her place.
Yep.
Or the males
Yep. There were
turned
two.
into females.
Or there were
They're like
asexually
frogs or something.
There were
Yeah, like
two
frogs.
ships. There were 2 ships, and
What,
they only
2
found
ships
one.
crash landed on our planet?
Why not? Hey, look, when a movie is this successful,
Why not?
They'll make something up.
you gotta make something up.
They will come up with something.
All right. So one thing that might answer some of the questions we had about people. So in the original script, the people in the past was actually poisoned with the toxin so that when they got eaten by the aliens, it would then kill the aliens too, which is why they didn't need to train them because they were expecting them to die.
Oh, that's dirty.
That's messed
Oh,
up.
That's
wow.
messed up.
But anyways, they took that out the script, but didn't take out
Wow.
the not training the people part.
Because I was like, what's up with the training? Like,
Yeah,
you
it
got
didn't
to
make any
train.
sense.
Okay, so I can say this now because it's going to be a nitpick. I was like, if you're sending people, like, it's a draft, but you're sending them to the future or whatever. So why not draft them, train them for a month or 2 at least, and then send them?
Yeah, I didn't get I get that they were drafting people who would be dead in the future anyways. But I just felt like I didn't understand why were you drafting these regular old people? Like basically you were like snatching people off the street.
Yeah.
And then just didn't give them any training, didn't tell them anything. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
But you're just sending them, so you're like, oh, he's gonna die in 7 years, so I can put this toxin in his blood so he kills the aliens. First of all, that's not even good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I mean,
Like, because in order, obviously there were a lot of aliens.
tons of
One person only kills one alien.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
could've
dumb
just
idea.
made
you
a
need one
weapon.
person per alien.
Actually, that is worse than what. I'm glad they took it out.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
am
stupid
too.
idea. I mean, of all the stupid ideas in this movie,
That is
that's
dumb.
the dumbest.
That is a real dumb idea
Okay.
and dirty. Like,
All right. So then for some of these nitpicks, we
Government
talked
doing
about some of them. But so I'm still going to go through the list. Like I talked about like why not just use drones? They have missiles attached to them. You can take out a whole bunch of them at one time.
I'm gonna start with my nitpick. Oh wait, you're jumping in nitpicks?
Yeah, I'm done with movie facts.
We're supposed to. Now it's time to pick the nits.
Nitpicks. All right.
Okay.
All right. I want to mention this. Well, they kind of tried to answer this question, but it didn't really work. When I saw the preview to this movie, immediately I said, why don't you just send the future technology back to the past? Then you have that technology earlier. Right? Now, they tried to answer that by saying, hey, time always moves forward and we can only go back 30 years, blah, 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 right? It still doesn't work because once you've made the time travel-y thing, you could go back 30 years and tell them how to make the time travel-y thing.
Go back another 30 years.
You could keep going back, or you have all the time in the world. Like, you have all the time. You can be prepared for this. Well, like, it makes no sense for you to waste human bodies the way they did.
So
Agreed.
that is one of my things. So I was like, why not? So like, okay, you could go back to the past instead of going back to the past, taking people. You could have went back to the past to figure out a way to stop the war from happening. Like I feel like they weren't doing that. They weren't strategizing.
Yeah.
And then why not? Okay, if you couldn't stop the war from happening, why not use the past to better prepare for the war?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so create weapons that work better. You knew that you had this male toxin, so then use that toxin to create weapons that would take out more aliens at one time. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. You went back to the past to grab bodies to only get them
To simply
killed.
keep
Yeah,
fighting.
you already did already have the male toxin. So yeah, you could have taken that back to the past. You could create bullets that fly underneath something and then go up. I don't know. It's still
I mean, but anything you could have did anything. And then here's what I don't.
Turn the bullet like warning.
Yeah, a
I
bullet
mean,
that
like
can
it's
turn-
Yeah,
physically
one-
impossible,
yeah,
but you
one.
get what I'm saying. Like you could have done something. You know how to kill them with and without the toxin,
Yeah.
even though they didn't know where the aliens was. And then eventually, I think someone would have figured out.
Well, here's my thing. You know they show up in Russia in 2053 or whatever, right? You know the general area where they show up. I would have built a base on that spot.
Yep.
And then when those aliens start to show up, whether it was out the sky, from the ground, from the universe, whatever,
Right. They teleported in.
you would have been there waiting for them. and
Yeah,
to take
it definitely
them out.
would have been surrounded. Like we would have built a wall. It would have been surrounded, gated, a little roof thing
Yeah.
over
His
it.
wife said that though.
Yeah.
His wife said that when they were talking about going to get him. Like, all right, well, why don't we just tell the army where they're gonna be at, and then when they wake up, they'll be there ready to shoot.
Exactly.
His wife did.
Like,
say that.
okay, so you know when they show up,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't know how they got here, but you know when and where.
Right.
Why can't you just be waiting for them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
It would have been much better. And yeah, sending the technology, like if something happens and all of a sudden we have the way to go to the past to warn ourselves, send the technology from the future
Yes.
to the past. Not if anything, that means the technology is going to progress faster. What is that, Moore's law?
Sure, I don't know.
They're whatever. It's if anything, that means we're gonna be even more advanced by the time
Yeah.
the aliens come. And guess what? If that doesn't work, we send the even more advanced technology back 30 years again until we can defeat the aliens. Besides killing millions of people for no
They
reason.
just
Yeah.
throwing bodies into
I
it.
like it's just like who was in charge?
His daughter apparently,
Listen,
she wasn't
oh,
smart.
Did know what there was no smart people in the future? There's a bunch of morons.
Well, now they died.
Like
They
you
killed
guys
them-
didn't have
they
a
killed them
plan.
first.
Yeah, first. It's a good strategy.
Yeah, that still, I'm like, but I get that there's no movie without that, but still, I'm like,
It's just dumb. This whole movie, I'm just like, this is just dumb.
just send the technology in the past.
Just usually when I run into something so dumb, like good thing this movie was entertaining
Well, it was very. It was
because I recently read a book and I was like, this is dumb, and I stopped reading.
a book. Oh,
It
Tomorrow War.
No, it was just a regular book, but like the
Oh.
plot was so stupid, it just didn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. All right.
All right,
So
here
this
we
dude
go.
tries to kill his wife, right? So he handcuffs her, only one hand to the steering wheel of the car. Now she's unconscious, but she wakes up. But I'm like,
When they find a body, isn't there going to be a handcuff to the steering wheel?
he goes back and take the handcuff off. Here's my thing: she wakes up, realize she handcuffed and can't get out, but your other hand's free, so you can, I don't know, open the garage door, turn the car off, open up the window, anything else but die.
Oh, when he tried
Put,
to.
like carbon monoxide. Wasn't it?
Yeah. So he leaves the car running with
dear
the
And so, what, people were going to find her and be like, oh, she killed herself? Is that
yeah,
what?
it's gonna look like
Aren't they
suicide.
going to find the handcuff abrasion?
Yes,
No,
Come on, guys.
and
Come
no
on.
fingerprints on the holes. Just that's when I stopped. I'm like, this is dumb.
Guys. Look, I don't want to
I
kill
just
anyone, but every time I see this stuff, I'm like,
Exactly.
think
Yeah.
about it. Like, jeez.
So yeah. So good thing this movie was entertaining because there's so many. Why couldn't they have just done this?
Yeah. All right. What are your other what other nits are you gonna pick?
The alien arrest every 6 days. So for 7 on one day they're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we just go to their hottie holes and start blowing them up?
Yeah. Start throwing since blowing them up
Yeah,
works.
works.
We've
Blowing them up
established that
works.
Right.
we just drop bombs in their little holes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
blow them up.
We at least gonna kill a bunch of them.
Yes.
Yeah, quite a few.
And again, remember we have the magic toxin
Mm-hmm.
that works. That they weren't using.
Oh yeah, release
for a
the
reason.
toxin
Yes.
and start killing all the males,
Yes.
and then go hide in our little hidey place that we were hiding in
Yes.
until the next 7th day. Why was their research lab not in the Not in their little
In their
sanctuary.
base.
I don't know.
Why was the research lab in the middle of a city that was
In the
being,
middle of like
middle of
Miami or
Miami.
something.
Yeah.
that was dumb.
Yeah.
It was.
That was why was the research lab there? I just thought about it. Why? It makes no sense. Like there is a sanctuary, right? I mean, obviously the aliens could get there. Apparently, I thought it would have been better
It
defended. I was like, wow, that was
more
easy
time.
for them
Yeah.
to destroy. But I mean, wouldn't all your stuff be there?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
It's only 500,000 people, so you don't need to be spread across the planet. There's no reason.
That's true.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. I already talked about how he got his whole team killed, and in Miami and in Russia. Just. I'm telling you, I got a problem with this dude.
In Russia, well, no, because the aliens shouldn't have woke
But
up.
my problem is that he just so nonchalant about it. You got so many people killed.
I don't know if I count Russia in there. What did he do in Russia that
Yeah.
he shouldn't have?
I mean, no,
Yeah,
I
I
agree. You
don't
should
see
have
what
blown
he
it up.
did.
But when you add in all the other nonchalant, let me get all these people killed, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
All right. I got a question about their base, right? They built that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, I'm building our base in the middle of the ocean.
Weren't they on the water?
They're on the
They're
water.
on the water, but like not far off.
Not far from the
offshore.
land. I
Yeah.
need middle of the ocean. They can't fly, okay?
Yeah, they glide.
They can
Somebody's
glide.
got you, they'd be in the water.
Oh, like a oil rig.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
they could swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be able
To the middle of the ocean?
It would take them a while.
I mean, why not?
It would take them a
I
while.
don't know. A dog can't swim to the middle of the ocean.
They're
It will
better
die.
than dogs.
Definitely better than dogs. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, well,
And then,
I mean,
you
it's
think
just
they're
gonna
going to
follow more
venture
time,
out?
though.
And here's the
I don't think
thing.
we can compare
They're-
both of them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They're not like okay, they're intelligent. The queen at least is intelligent enough, but they're not super intelligent. They're just eating food, basically, right? Animal instincts. Do you think they're going to stop at the beach like, I think there's something out there for me to eat?
probably not.
Because they can only see water if you have your base in the middle of the ocean.
But if your base is in the ocean, it doesn't make it that much harder to get to.
You have helicopters.
Maybe they're all gone with the people. I don't know.
I feel like they had enough helicopters because they kept calling them in. Like, hey, I need a helicopter ready. So,
Yeah.
like, they had them in abundance, apparently.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they had helicopters and apparently a way to make fuel because
Yeah,
they
got
had
fuel.
gas. That's not a problem with
run electric.
apocalyptic movies. They always have like a car that's running.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, gas expires. So I don't know like how 5 years into this you're driving a car.
We didn't have a lot of futuristic cars either. I like all those
That
cars
is
are
true.
available now.
2050 looks exactly like 2020.
Yeah, 2050 Prius.
That's true. Yeah, they didn't come out until 30 years later. And I know for a fact that there's a bunch of cars waiting to be made that looks way more futuristic.
Yeah,
than
they had a
President's
Mazda
movie.
6.
Wait, yeah, they had it was like a 2015 Mazda
Yeah,
6.
like not even a new Mazda 6. Like, it was a 2015
Who in 2050 is
Mazda
driving
6.
a 2015? Why? All right.
I'm like,
It's a classic.
no
Maybe it was a
flying
classic.
cars or nothing.
It's a classic.
It
A
was
Mazda
classic.
6.
Yeah, man.
No.
You don't know
They're not
what's going to
fast.
be a
They're
classic.
eco-friendly cars. There's no classic eco-friendly cars.
You don't know that.
I do know
You're not from the future.
that. Maybe not.
Maybe
They're not
eco-friendly
classic.
car could be Chevy Cruze. They're all like, man, that classic Cruze, man.
Yeah, because we used to do so much traveling because the gas mileage was great. Okay. It's not like they're heavy, but like powerful muscle cars or nothing. It's a Prius or a Cruise or a Mazda 6. I just don't see these conversations going on in the future. Like, man, I wish I had an old school Mazda 6, my dude. Like, why?
True. All right, whatever other nits do you got to pick?
Falling hundreds of feet into a pool will kill you.
It will. It's like hitting like
Yep.
cement.
It's like hitting cement.
Cement.
He did land properly.
He did.
It's
Did everyone else?
still
No.
hitting cement.
Everyone else did.
No.
I feel like he's fine. It's probably because of his military
the people
training.
who missed the pool should have been dead too.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
No, they were dead.
They were
I'm pretty
dead.
sure they
No,
did.
they were dead.
Only the people that went into the pool.
But Charlie did not land in the pool correctly, and he would have died on impact.
No, he did not.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, they'd have been
He
dead.
should have been dead.
Yeah. Where do I want to go from here? We already talked about him trying to save his daughter, which made no sense. That was just stupid.
Just let her die. Your daughter's alive in the past. Where you're from.
Yeah. Yeah, the daughter you met is not the daughter you have.
I'm going to come back and save you.
Like, no.
Why that?
Like,
So,
why?
like,
It
he's
doesn't
gonna
make any
try-
sense.
I'm like, I'm never coming back to this future, man. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I ain't going back.
So they go to the one military man, that guy who rejects the plan to go to Russia to figure out what's going on. Like, who is he? Is he in charge of
Yeah, I don't know who he
everything?
is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, take it to the White House, dog.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
never saw a president or
Yeah.
anything like
And
that.
it's not like
exactly. Like,
it's not
It's-
like this was something so urgent that we had to do it immediately, right?
yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, once whoever knows, they're going to want to go and do it. But, like, me personally, I don't have to go, I'm in a rush. Because they were talking about the UN discussing it for blah, blah,
But
blah.
you have 30 years.
You have 30 years, okay? I'm pretty sure they're going to go do something.
Right, like, okay, yeah, you're right. They're going to discuss it. But remember, they already know what's happening.
Yeah.
So they're not going to spend a whole lot of time on a bunch of
Nobody's going to talk about the budget on killing the aliens that's going to destroy the
Right.
human race.
It's one thing to say, like, they're not going to believe us. They know what's
Yeah, they know
happening.
what's going
Yeah.
on.
They know what's going to happen in the future. There's no way they'd have. I mean, yes, they're going to talk about it. Yes, they got a coordinator or whatever. But it'd been a lot better than 4 random people going to Russia on a plane that I still don't know how they made it to Russia, and then getting everyone but 2 people killed. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they mentally still be in the mode of let's find a solution to this problem?
Yes.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you went in there with this toxin, they'd be like, oh, there's a solution.
Yeah, they're like, we made as much as we can. How about
Yeah.
we have 30 years. How about we make abundance of it?
Like, that's the part, like,
Like,
didn't make
like,
any
have
sense.
reserves.
Like,
it's like you act like you had to go right now.
like they were coming tomorrow.
Like,
You
nah.
had a lot
The
of time.
Tomorrow War, maybe they took that wrong.
Nah, man, nah.
Nah,
No,
it
we
didn't make
know
any
they
sense.
don't wake up for 30 years.
Yeah.
Make, like we said, let's put it on our weapons.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah,
make sure
integrated
we
into
can kill them.
everything.
Yeah.
Send a
Into
missile in there
everything.
that explodes with the toxin.
So then when they show
Like a
up, you
nuclear
ready for
bomb.
'em.
Yeah.
Like, not an actual nuclear bomb, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you know, like
the
a-
toxin bomb.
It explodes.
Exactly. That's what I'm
and
saying.
throws
Like, you
toxin
have
everywhere.
a base sitting on Russia, and when you start seeing them things go, you send that plane out there, boom, problem solved.
Done.
Chop 'em off.
Done.
No
Done.
movie. The Today
Yeah.
War.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that
Is
today.
this a war or it's done?
Just a little scuffle, a little disagreement. Nothing more.
All right. So they discover the ship. They make the dumb decision to, again, not talk to the government for reasons.
Yeah, okay, fine. You went and you discovered it. Now you have proof.
And they took pictures
Go-
and everything. What was the purpose of taking all those pictures? You didn't want to send
Yeah,
them
why
back.
didn't they just you
Did they
should
sit out
have.
there and had that little conversation?
Yeah, and
Why
they laughed like
Yeah,
the
because they were
governments
saying
weren't
they're
going to do
gonna-
anything. I'm sorry, Doug. No.
They would have.
Yeah, they
because
would've.
they
And
know.
all these people saw the aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they are.
They gonna do something.
I'm
about
like,
it.
I'm
do
not
something
going in.
about
We
it.
going back to the governments, and we
We're
going.
gonna let them handle this.
Yeah.
They ain't waking up. They ain't waking up.
Yeah.
We got 30 years.
Yeah, they've got it. They have the weapons. If they want to nuke it, which apparently would have killed them. Plus, it's in the middle of
feel like-
Russia where no one lives. You
Yeah.
could have just nuked it. You didn't even need the
And then,
toxin.
isn't that the U.S. first answer to everything?
Yeah, nuke everything.
And this time it would have worked.
Would have
Yeah,
worked.
This time it would have been back.
This time, no.
It's
one was
not
like,
a hurricane.
Yeah, I'll throw a nuclear bomb in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah.
Because that's
So-
a good idea.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Okay, so then they decide, well, we can kill them ourselves. Why didn't they do the queen first? Since you already know that's the one you gotta worry
Yeah,
about.
find the queen and then do that first.
Do that one first, or just blow up the ship. Since you
Or
brought
just blow up
bombs
the
with
ship.
you,
Apparently, since that works.
since that works.
Then, dude, when
Again, we didn't need this
to blow it up
toxin.
when it
We didn't
went
need the
in.
toxin at all. Blowing
No.
them up works.
And I'm like, we not.
They shouldn't have
we not
lost
even
this
gonna
war. I
investigate.
feel like when they just showed up, like people died because we didn't know what was up.
Say that again, Derek.
I said, so we're not even going to investigate the aliens that flew there.
Flew where?
Oh, the ones that flew. Nah,
No.
They-
no.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah. I was,
I'm not. Nope. I'm not concerned with the aliens that flew them there. I know there would be some scientists that would want to like
Yeah,
figure
sound
that out or
Yeah, you're
whatever.
not gonna keep that ship. Like, oh,
I'm like, let's make sure all these things are dead. So bump that unless you want to go in there and pull those aliens out on your own.
Yeah.
Don't wake up the other ones because if you do, we're nuking it
with you inside.
with you inside.
Place that.
Yeah. So when they're on the base making the toxin with his daughter in the future, and all the male aliens attack, why not just kill the queen right then and there? They're there for her.
Mm-hmm.
So you knock her out the game. And you can
That's
kill
what
her.
I said. That's why they should have had it set up to
Kill her
have her
motivation.
killed
Well,
immediately.
you had the toxin for her. Just inject her. She disintegrates. And then they're only there for her. So either they might continue attacking or they might just leave.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a surefire way to kill all of them.
But they only had the one thing of the toxin.
Again, research. You don't science without taking
Oh,
notes.
that's true. Send how to create this. Well, did you need their blood though? Did you need the sample from the queen?
They probably did need that sample because she
they
pulled a little bit of
they
that
did
out
need
of
her sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
point.
it's the queen. We ain't really concerned with
Yeah.
taking too much. So
But-
take everything you need.
If she's dead.
Also, I feel like there's usually more when people do research. There's usually more than one.
You-
I know they do tests and there's like, oh, this is R7 and R7 is the one that worked. But I feel like there's usually multiple of R7. It's not just one.
Yes, you make more than one. You know why you
In
make
movies,
more
is
than one?
they always make it seem
Because whenever you're making something and you only make just one, you regret it.
yeah.
So you make more than you need to make.
In movies, they always make it seem like it was we only had the time for this one. I'm pretty sure when they were researching coronavirus and they found the vaccine that worked, it wasn't just one vial of the
Well,
working
that's why
vaccine.
they
saved
And
one
they're like,
human.
we have to reproduce
why
this. No, they were like, it works in, okay, there was the other 10 of that sample. Like,
Yeah, that's not how you science.
that's not how you science.
I use science. Science is a verb.
Yeah.
It is now.
Absolutely. Let's science this.
It is now.
All right. So
I use science.
did he go talk to a high school student about volcanoes?
Yeah, I questioned that too. I was like, why is the high school student the one with the answer? I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a volcanologist somewhere on the planet that can answer your question.
Yo, I feel like if I'm going to ask a high school student a question,
That's what they
I'm
call
going
it?
to ask Google.
Volcanologist?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, Google definitely had the answer. Or what? Volcanologist? Yeah.
Volcanologist. Like, yeah, I
That's
guess
what
so.
you
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
what it's
that's what's called.
I'm going to trust their judgment.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's
I have
called.
no idea.
I could be wrong. I'm not a volcanologist.
All right, my last one. So they use this claw to basically help them find out where these aliens originated at, right?
Mhm.
So unless that claw is from one of the original aliens, there's no volcanic ash on it. And there's no way that claw was from one of the original aliens. This guy said that's an alien he killed in America. Them aliens originated in Russia. How long has this war been going on? There's
Yeah.
no way he killed an original alien.
Wait, wasn't that the same claw that we saw him pull off the alien, or was that a different one?
No, he always had it around
He
his
had
head.
it around his neck.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say 'cause that's
Yeah, that's
new.
true. So they're saying they were trying to say that was an original alien that dug its way out of the ship.
That's the only way it could still have that volcanic ash on it. But there's
Also,
no way that's an original.
What's up with these aliens that they dug through the ground?
They're crazy.
They are mad.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
There's a lot of them, so I guess they could take shifts and whatnot. So they're like
Okay,
dog-like. So
well,
like digging probably wouldn't have been a problem.
there was air down there.
Right.
Maybe
And
they
they
don't
eat
need
everything.
oxygen.
Well, they said they nest underground, so I guess they're just used to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're used to digging and stuff too.
That part I didn't have a problem with. I'm just saying that claw he had just had some regular old Miami sand in it.
I feel like you didn't even really need that part, right?
No, you didn't. Because
We
you know where
didn't
they
need
came
the
from.
ash to figure out. Wait, actually, the ash wasn't even important.
Well, it pinpointed more.
Where in Russia?
Yeah.
Okay, we know they showed up
Yeah.
in Russia, right?
Yes.
And we're like, oh, the ship's already
Yeah,
here.
but would they-
Again, we have 30 years.
But
I
would
feel
they
like
want to travel to
it
the
doesn't
ice
take
wall?
30 years to
Well,
comb Russia.
I mean, Russia's huge, but no, it wouldn't take 30
Yeah,
years.
definitely would.
Not if the whole
Russia-
world's doing it.
But I'm
Like,
like,
a couple days.
would they would think to look in the ice though? I don't think they would have.
You
thought
don't
to
have
look
a
at.
It's
choice.
in Russia. It's under the ice.
If I'm looking for something, right?
I'm just saying.
Like, this is not the point where you cut corners. You look everywhere.
Plus, now that you know that you're looking for anomalies and stuff, maybe satellites and stuff could probably find something like this. Like, you know,
I think they said they were looking for planes that came out of the sky,
yeah.
So they never
which is
looked
kind of limiting. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. That's your only solution.
down. Limiting.
I don't know. Just whatever. There's a lot of
There's a lot of different solutions for this movie.
yes.
All right. Are we rating?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Derek, why don't you give us your rating?
I will say I will pay for that.
Oh.
Alright, plot twist.
Okay. Dan?
I'd probably watch my folding clothes. Honestly, I did like it, but
I mean, Watch While Folding Clothes isn't a bad rating. I feel like people like think that's like our bad rating. It's not. It's not a bad rating.
it's not bad.
That's like,
It's not bad.
look, nothing gets best movie ever, so it's
True.
you know
Independence
it's a
Day.
3 out of 5, and 3 out of 5 is not bad.
Independence Day.
If I'm looking for something to buy online, if it's 3 out of 5, I might be like, oh, it might be okay.
It's better than half.
I don't even the movie's 99 cents.
Or a 6 out of 10, and that could be actually a 6 or 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
So,
6 or 7 out of 10. So, yeah, and I would say that's not bad. But Dorian,
I'm gonna watch while folding clothes, but I feel dumber for having watched this.
So your clothes are all folded improperly.
so maybe you don't watch this while folding clothes.
They're just
like,
so many.
Oh, that was a good. Oh
It's like, how did my pants
no!
end
All
up
the
like
socks-
this?
All the socks are mismatched.
Wait, no, she rolled her pants up like socks.
Oh, you rolled them up like socks. Sir. Some long socks. I get it.
I just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. It was entertaining, but it's stupid.
It's
Yeah,
stupid. It was a lot of stupid things.
I mean, considering all the knits we picked.
We picked a lot of nits.
Yeah.
There's not a nit left.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate this. Watch while folding clothes. Yeah. So that's gonna be our rating. Sorry, Derek. But yeah, I don't see this as a I would pay for that. I pay for that like 8 or 9, like 8 or 9 out of
this is
10.
not
I
an
don't
8
think
or
that's a 8 or 9. No.
No.
I
Yeah.
was leaning toward like a 7 if we were going
Yeah.
by numbers.
Well, let's watch while folding clothes.
Yeah, 7's
Like
watch while
really
folding
high
clothes.
7.
Yeah, best movie ever is 10. Like 10.
Nothing's a 10.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Well,
a 10.
there are some movies at 10. We won't be reviewing it, but
Yeah.
Wait, then we rate Independence Day a 10?
no.
No, we did not rate
We
it.
did not
We
rate it a
rated
10.
it. I pay for that.
Yeah, I rated it best movie ever because I love it. But you know,
We rated Endgame best movie ever. And
Endgame or
Infinity War.
Both of them.
I think
I
we
think
gave
Infinity War.
both
Did
of
we
them
get both
best
of them?
best movie ever. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's not a 10 exactly,
They're not perfect,
but yeah, like it's up there. So give it that rating. No, this is a watch while folding clothes. It's a decent movie. If you like as far as alien action movies go, yeah, it's cool. I would suggest watching it. My wife was like, "Oh, should I watch it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" It's kind of like one of those, why not watch it?
yeah. If I was asked, I'd be like, yeah, you should watch it. You'll probably
Yeah,
like it.
like if you ain't got nothing better to do, why not?
Yeah.
You won't
Okay,
regret
see, when
it.
you throw that in there,
Yeah, it makes it seem like
it kind of
No,
seems
what I
like
mean
if
is,
you
like-
have nothing better to do.
But I'm just
with
saying,
your
like,
life-
if it's like a Saturday afternoon, you're looking for something to watch, and you come across it, like, yeah, watch it.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, will you pick it apart? Absolutely.
Yeah.
probably.
But I don't think it's one of those movies that's supposed to be that
No,
kind
because
of
it's entertaining, and sometimes a movie just needs to be entertaining.
Agreed.
Yeah.
decent.
Like a lot
would
of
agree with
fast movies.
Yeah, but they're not
This
even
is better than
entertaining
the fast
anymore.
movies, I
I
would
mean,
say.
yeah, I would say it's better.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, a lot of those don't make sense, but they're relatively entertaining if you like cars.
Yeah, the first 5. The last
first
5?
I like Fast 6, but after Fast 6, I was like,
It just got, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
6
how
was
fast
cool.
can you be? You know, there is a top speed. So just throwing that out there.
There we go. So that is our rating for
You
the
got
Tomorrow
Fate of the
Award.
8 and Furious 7.
And I just have to say, my
Yeah.
children do not draft past me for a future war. No. Nope.
Agreed.
Just no. But yes, with that being said, would you go into the future war? Let us know in the comment section below, wherever you're watching, or leave a rating and review for the podcast. Let us know what you think. We want to know.
Check us out.
you
Share us
can-
with everybody. Tell people about us. Know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, tell your friends. It's a great podcast. Say, hey, listen to these people. They're stupid. That's fine.
People love that. Stupid is entertaining.
So yeah, do that, and you can reach out to us on Facebook, facebook.com/3drivals. We're also on Gmail, 3drivals@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you guys for watching and listening. Peace out.